Now, American rights groups have pledged to keep fighting a new version of President Donald Trump's controversial travel restrictions, insisting they are a disguised Muslim ban. Trump's new decree has added Chad, Venezuela, and North Korea to the list, which already includes Iran, Libya, Somalia, Syria, and Yemen. Sudan has been removed from the list, but the rights groups, including the Council on American Islamic Relations and the American Civil Liberties Union, say Trump's order remains primarily a Muslim ban. Activists and legal experts say the U.S. president's intent is to sharply cut off the flow of Muslim visitors and immigrants to the country. On Sunday, the White House issued a new executive order to replace the expiring 90-day temporary ban Trump had issued against people traveling from 6 Muslim-majority countries. We're going to cross over to Washington. Joining us via Skype is Ahari with the Muslim Public Affairs Council. Many thanks for joining us here on PressTV. Now, as we've mentioned earlier as well, CARE as well as other rights organizations do view these new travel restrictions as part of the Muslim ban. Do you agree with that?
Yes, I think that's been made clear both when President Trump was a candidate and since he's been president. The 6 original countries that were included in the travel ban were predominantly Muslim. Now that he has added Chad, Venezuela, and North Korea, 9 immigrants came over to the United States last year. Venezuela, the ban is primarily on nationals and those who are in their government, which is not many people and does not affect the entire country. And Chad itself is over 50% Muslim. So even then, we're looking at a situation where the majority of the countries on this list are still Muslim, and that President Trump is trying to very so desperately cover up any tracks that may show that this is a Muslim ban or that he is trying to fulfill a campaign promise that his supporters elected him to do.
Right, so now we have all these rights organizations once again pledging to fight this ban. However, do you feel that the initial momentum that was built up when Trump first introduced his travel ban has sort of died in the months that have followed?
I wouldn't say that it's died. I think that since then, a lot of people have been looking to the Supreme Court and the courts to see what's next. Unfortunately, there is no political solution to this because Congress refuses to take action on this. And many Congress members have failed to condemn Trump for his travel ban and actually have come out and supported it back when it was introduced in January and when the second one was introduced. And I think the activism that we saw back at the airports, people protesting, calling the members of Congress to come to the airports to free any refugees or immigrants who were supposed to enter the country and had every right to do so, had been vetted, had been approved. I think that activism has simply just been put on pause, and a lot of efforts have actually been put in front of the Supreme Court. And so when I walk by the Supreme Court on my free time, there are organizers there with signs against the Muslim ban, urging the Supreme Court to strike it down against President Trump. And so I think now we're going to see a new kind of protests in a different way. It might not be as visible, but it's very obvious that civil rights groups and communities will not stand for this third attempt to prohibit the travel of Muslims into the United States.
Okay, we're going to keep a close eye on the situation. That's Ahari with the Muslim Public Affairs Council joining us via Skype from Washington. Many thanks indeed for your comments here on PressTV, sir.